Southill can be described as a community that has been greatly hurt throughout its history. The elderly of the community have witnessed great change and seen a once flowing and vibrant community full of characters and great community spirit turn into a tough place to live due to negative effects imposed by a small proportion of young people.
Regeneration? We lost a generation.
In this film, we ask, where are we at now? What has become of Southill? And is there a light at the end of this tunnel?
My present memory was getting the house in Grove Park first day. Because after coming out of a fashion down the town, it was a God's gift. Okay, there was nothing in it, but it was a home. And it's been mine ever since. Okay, maybe people would say that the houses were built too close together, maybe people would say that there was too many houses built there, but at the time, it was necessary to house the people that needed accommodation at the time, and some of the families that moved in here at the time, the majority of them, they were literally from the 32 counties of Ireland. If one or both parents was from the same county, it was a kind of a rarity.
Oh, it was terrible up here with no schools, no roads. The roads weren't even finished when I moved up. With no shops, we had nothing. The roads weren't even finished, the houses at the opposite side weren't even up. It was just rubbish, no place to go for messages. So eventually then they opened up the VG where Morris Smith's shop is. So we were grand, then we could get the mess, then the school went up. Then the church went up. So we were grand. But we still had to walk into town, we had no buses. Buses didn't come along for a long time after that.
You had employment here. You had a supermarket down the road there, you had a chemist shop, you had a post office. You had basically a self-contained community. And we'd say the likes of, like, how would I put it, provision for the youth and that. There was nothing but what was supplied by the people of the parish themselves.
How long have you lived in Southill?
I lived in Southill since 1975. I returned from England in 1975 after 15 years and came to live in Southill. I immediately joined the community organisations. First committee I joined was the church committee, the men's committee in the church, which there's pictures there of them at that time, okay? And we had a magnificent committee there of about 25 people, okay? From there, all the other committees, like the community development, co-ops, and all them, I went from one committee to another, sometimes in 2 or 3 committees at the time. Mostly I was either secretary or messenger or treasurer or something like that, okay? But we were very interested in community work and improving Southill. We take Southill as a wheel, okay, or an umbrella, and the hub of the umbrella starts everything, okay? So everything emanated from Southill House because we had the freedom to go out and work. We could work with the Arts Council, we could work with bands in the area. It was a great social gathering, right, with young, old and middle, okay? And once you mix those, you have no problems at all.
There was nothing handed to the original tenants that was here, apart from the key of the door. That's all that was handed free.
So we actually started off community development in an office upstairs here in the house, okay? We also started from community development, we started the After Schools Club and we started the Children's Club, okay? And we also started the estate management clubs, okay? We also started the Southill Family Resource. So we were involved with all those, okay? We started the Sheepses here in 1988. You can see we have awards all over the place from it, okay? And the first one there was Southill House to Key, okay? And what it was a concert with a one-act play, you know? And if you can look here, you can, I don't know if you can see it or not, okay? But there's over 100 people in the cast. Now, nobody was ever paid and it never cost anybody anything. We made it, our wives or our mothers made the costumes, okay? Now we did every type of play or show that you could mention, as long as it involved all the people. One time we had Snow White and 7 Dwarfs, okay? I had 3 Snow Whites, okay, because they wanted to do it, and I had 49 dwarfs. Okay. But the important thing for community sheeps was getting up in the stage and getting all the people working together and enjoying it. And there was nothing but smiles, okay? They really loved anything from 16 to 80, loved doing the community sheeps.
When you had a parish like we have, and like we had back in those days, and to see what's left now, I guarantee you that the founding fathers in this parish, if they came back, would actually die again with shock.
So where did this leave the community? A very unique community where all the residents knew each other at one time, where you could call to anyone and ask them for milk or cereal. It left them in limbo. They wanted out, but where to?
£5,000 grant came in. Right? You had the exodus of a lot of people, okay, to better themselves. But when they moved out, things started going down here.
There's terrible things happening out in Southill especially. It was the poor old people I feel sorry for, isn't it? That was in their older lives, like. They'd have to move up and go somewhere else, like.
They were witnesses to the demise of their community and physical destruction of their homes and the exodus of their friends and neighbours at a rapid rate over the last number of years. There has been a great sense of loss in the community due to these factors. All they have now are stories of the good old days, where times were tough but times were good. Residents have remarked on the amazements of the vast reduction in the houses in Southill, and were left wondering where the community has gone. They feel the loss of the unique culture that was there, linguistic phrases, physical or social networking and humour.
I've worked now as 3.5 years on the south side of Limerick, and that takes in Southill and Ballincollig Weston. I feel the communities have got stronger over the last 3 years. They want to see development, and certainly over the last 3 years we have put a lot of time, a lot of energy and a lot of funding into social projects to build up the communities, to make the communities stronger. This will not be a short project. This is not something that can be dealt with overnight. So we see in the long term, and I'm talking about 10 to 15 years, the whole process being developed, and that's how long it will take.
New buildings, old buildings, don't make the community. It's the people that make the community. And once you start moving people out, you don't have a community. You can build all the buildings like the one we're in today. You can build them all. But what's the point if there's nobody to go into it?
Brendan, some of the more senior residents feel or see a loss of community. What's your view or understanding of this?
Yeah, I think certainly over the last 3 years there has been a huge movement of people out of the regeneration areas. And while from a regeneration point of view we would prefer to see families staying, unfortunately people do want to go, and I suppose they see the opportunity with regeneration to maybe start a new life somewhere else, and they're availing of that opportunity. You can see difficulties within the estates. I've seen difficulties certainly for the elderly, where there has been a lot of antisocial behaviour, difficulties around old people being targeted, their houses being targeted, windows being broken, and this going on over a constant period that they people aren't just able to take it anymore. And for many of the old people, they just want peace and quiet. If that can't be offered to them in Southill, for instance, well then you could see the reasons why they want to go.
I would love to see this community the way it was when I first came in here 40 odd years ago.
Welcome to Southill Area Centre. It opened in 2008 after 10 years of fundraising and campaigning by local people. They worked together with local agencies and the building was officially opened in September.
There's a variety of different programmes and activities that the youth work team provide for young people 10 to 25 in the community. Some of the projects are sexual health programmes, sporting programmes, personal development programmes, issue-based programmes based on their needs, and I suppose a lot of this is down to the 3 youth work staff to provide, and they do a great job in that.
The cafe was set up at the beginning with the centre in mind of having a healthy food initiative, and the idea of the Healthy Food Initiative was to provide good, healthy, home-cooked meals at a cheap price to everybody in the community.
There's a variety of different programs and activities that the youth work team provide for young people 10 to 25 in the community.
One very positive aspect in the community is the Southill Area Centre, which has become a hub for the community development and aims to promote positive activities throughout the community. The current position now is that something has to be done. The residents cannot be expected to live under the past circumstances, and even though the social regeneration has had many positive dividends, the transition has been painful, and sadly too painful for many residents that have lived there all their lives in Southill. To them it is more than just a home, it's a place in their hearts.